This tutorial is for 3rd grade, Module 5, Lesson 1. In Module 5, we'll begin our study of fractions for 3rd grade. The directions here say a beaker is considered full when the liquid reaches the fill line shown near the top. Estimate the amount of water in the beaker by shading the drawing as indicated. The first one's been done for us. This line right here would show me a full beaker. The directions ask for 1/2. Half implies that we would split the beaker in two, and the 1 tells me we would shade in one of those pieces. So you can see how the beaker has been divided into two sections and half has been shaded. The next beaker asks for 1/4. Fourth tells me that I need to divide the beaker into 4 equal pieces. When we're working with fractions, we try to make the pieces as equal as we can. So we have the top here. I've divided it in half, and then I'm going to divide each of those in half to show my fourths. Now I need to shade in one of those pieces to show 1/4. And here's what the 1/4 looks like after I've shaded it in. In the next beaker, I'm going to show 1/3. That means I'll divide it into 3 equal pieces. I'm going to kind of estimate here. I know my thirds will be bigger than my fourths because I'm only dividing the beaker into 3 sections instead of 4 sections, and I will shade in one piece to show 1/3. And here's my 1/3 beaker. The next question says, Juanita cut her string cheese into equal pieces as shown in the rectangles below. In the blanks below, use words to name the fraction of the string cheese represented by the shaded part. The key here is that the string cheese has been divided into equal pieces. When we're working with fractions, we want to keep the pieces equal within the whole. On the first string cheese, we can see that it has been divided into 3 sections and one section has been shaded. We call that 1/3. The third tells me how many pieces the whole has been divided into, and the 1 tells me that we've shaded in one of those pieces. In the next string cheese, we can see that there are 6 sections for the cheese and 1 has been shaded, so we call that 1/6. And in the last section, the string cheese has been divided into 4 sections, 1 piece has been shaded, and we'll call that 1/4. The next section says to split the rectangle below into 2 equal parts. Now I could do this with a vertical line or a horizontal line, it doesn't matter which. I'm going to just start with vertical. So I've split the rectangle into 2 equal parts. The question is, how many lines did it take to do that? Well, I only drew 1 line. And that's something we need to work on when we start drawing our fractions, figuring out, well, how many lines do I actually have to draw to make a certain number of parts. So to make 2 equal parts, I only had to draw 1 line. Then it asks what is the name of each fractional unit. So a unit would be one of those pieces. Since I divided them into halves, 1 unit would be considered 1/2. We're going to do the same thing with this rectangle, only now we're going to divide it into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to draw 2 lines to divide it into 3 parts. So how many lines did we draw? We drew 2 lines to get 3 equal parts. And since I have 3 parts, each of those parts would be considered 1/3. The fractional unit is 1/3.